What's going on, fam? And welcome to another edition of The AO. And I'm here with my boy, Pete. He's gonna give us some tips on how you, yes you, can be an entrepreneur. Keep it locked right here on The AO. Welcome to Franklin, man. Franklin, Tennessee.
Thank you.
Graduated high school this year, and you are going off to college.
I'm off to college.
Yes, let's back up, because all my people don't know who you are. Give us just a basic 30-second intro to who you are.
So my name is Peter. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and throughout high school, I grew a lawn and landscape business. So I started out before I could drive even. As soon as I got my license, I was hauling a trailer around the neighborhood. Decided I wanted to do it year-round and ultimately turn it into my career. So I have headed off to Florida. I'm studying landscape architecture right now. It's my plan is to cash flow my education.
Where did that passion come from?
I can vividly remember my dad cutting the lawn when I was probably 3 years old. And I had, you had a plastic toy push lawnmower.
Yeah.
And he would make me stand like 50 feet away from him so I wouldn't get rock shot at me, but I'd follow in his tracks behind him.
When did you launch your business?
Probably in 3rd grade. I remember me and my neighbor buddy, we would load up a wagon every week and we'd put his dad's yard tools and we would go around, knock on doors, begging to edge people's sidewalks for them.
I love it. So you started very early. What I like about this young guy is he identified something that he fell in love with when he was 3-4 years old. And he turned that passion and that something that he was craving to do into a money generator. When you got your license, it really became serious to you.
Yeah, you definitely have to realize that once you're gonna get into it, it's game on. There's not really any turning back. Once you have people booked, you're booked for the year, so you can't really flake out, if you will, halfway through. And there was definitely weeks starting out where I did not want to do it.
Yeah.
And you just have to push through and keep going.
That's good. So you made about $40,000 a year.
That's correct. That's what I made last year.
Cool. How many hours would you say you was working?
Anywhere between 60 and 100.
Okay.
But I mean, I had someone with me, so that cuts it in half. There'd be other weeks when if I had stuff going on with my family, if we were traveling for some reason, I would condense it all and you could get everything done in 40 hours.
I teach young people, Peter, work 15 to 20 hours a week. Okay, so that means 15 to 20 hours a week. They may not make $40,000 like you, but they may make $15,000 a year. Right. I still believe you still need to have straight A's and B's in school. And I want you to get inspired by him because he went hard, but maybe you don't have to go as hard.
I know a lot of people who they probably study 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
And so they have no job and they go to school. I would assume that they are going to school for free because of what they've done in school. So I kind of realized after freshman year, I realized, okay, there's no way I'm gonna have a 4.6 GPA graduating, and so I'm not gonna get a full ride scholarship for being smart, so what's another route that I can go?
You're gonna make the money.
Exactly, so that's why I chose to do it.
I see, I already knew where you was going with it. And let's get this straight, you're paying your way through college right now.
That's the plan.
That's it. So what should young entrepreneurs know about saving, building, and even purchasing equipment or supplies that they may need for their business?
Yeah, so that's definitely a good question. Once you actually get the business rolling and you take your passion and you start going with it and you're making money, it's definitely important to save.
Okay.
The first year I did it, I took cash and check. And so I literally had an Excel sheet that I would try to keep track of stuff with. And that just didn't work for me. I tell people I lost so much money by just doing it manually. There's a million different programs online to do online billing, and it's so easy. I make so much more money now that it just automatically goes out at the end of the month. It comes in and it checks it off. So that's definitely important. And so then once that money comes in, obviously as a Dave Ramsey follower, it's not a race to zero. You gotta make it last. And so there's definitely expenses that are gonna be every week. At the same time, last year my engine blew up on my lawnmower. So it's like, that was $3,000 that I had to fork out somewhere. So if I didn't have a savings account, I would be dead right now.
That's awesome.
The business would be dead.
So you agree, though, it's not about if an emergency or something's gonna come up. It's just a matter of when.
Was I stressed out during that time? Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, it's like, if you have the money saved for it, you're a lot less stressed out than if you need $3,000 and have zero.
How did you grow your business? How did you market and get new customers?
Yeah, so that's definitely the advantage that I had as a high school student still living at home is my family had a lot of friends. And so that's a good way to start is to just go after your family and friends, and it's some awkward phone calls and awkward conversations trying to essentially ask for money. But once you get a little bit bigger, I did door hangers before, just put them on neighborhoods, go into the neighborhoods where your target market lives. Even still, once I got bigger than that, I started doing postcards.
That's good. You know, he said something that was so key, and that is your warm market. Go after your warm market first. Like if you want to start a business, write down everyone that you know, all your family members, all of your family members' friends. That's your warm market. And then after that, hey, you got to step outside of your comfort zone and go talk to people who you do not know. And as I'm thinking about this, Peter, I want to give a shout out to my friend and close friend, Christy Wright. She wrote this book, and it's called Business Boutique. And if you're a young lady and you want to start a business, and you really want to know how to start it from the beginning to the end, go to businessboutique.com. Christy Wright will help you out. Last question here that I really want to hit on. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this to save for anything? Is there any major goals? What's your why behind this?
Cash flowing the education is definitely of high importance.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, I kind of want to branch out into some more areas.
Okay.
And so I want to get into tree trimming a little bit.
Ooh.
So I'm looking to buy some equipment as far as that goes. I'm thinking about doing Christmas light installations too.
Christmas light installation.
Once you have the tree supplies, you can get up in the air to put some Christmas lights on.
Oh,
and so then it's just upgrades. You always have to be thinking about upgrades, especially in my industry, because stuff breaks, stuff goes wrong, and so you want to have a savings account. I already have a list of things where you can pretty much plan, all right, this is gonna last till this is gonna break, your truck's gonna break down, then you gotta buy a new one. So you're always saving for more stuff, but ultimately, that'll bring more profit to your business.
What would you say to that individual who's watching right now? How would you encourage them?
Yeah, so I think that if you ever have the idea of starting your own business, I would say go for it. And if you think that you have the passion and you have the endurance to just go through and do it, you have to do it, but you have to keep in mind that your mindset has to be on business. There's a lot of trade-offs I've made. I've turned down a lot of social activities. I've turned down a lot of after-school activities that I'd really like to go to, and even vacations that family vacations that I've stayed home from. In the end, it's all worth it, but you definitely have to be 100% in on it.
That's good. Sacrifice now so that later you can gain. If you sacrifice and you grind right now, you go out here and you start this business and you get good grades and you go off to school and you cash flow your way through school because you've started your own business. And then when you graduate college debt-free and you have your own business like Peter in whatever field that is, now you can go in to really go hard for your business because you're debt-free. And there's nothing wrong with that. An entrepreneur can make so much money and you can be your boss. I'm a big fan of entrepreneurship, but I also want to say there's nothing wrong with having a job. He chose to be his own boss. I want his hair. I want to hear your thoughts and comments. Do you have any ideas, or what's your ideas about being an entrepreneur? What are some things that you want to do? And if you would like some help on how to really get it started or anything like that, I want you to comment below. Hey, keep it locked right here on the board. Ayo!